Hello, overpowered tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy 1 Randomized with me, BlueAnkylo. We're heading to the Earth Cave today to deal with our Fiend of the Earth and try to stop the rot of the land. And because we're playing the randomized version, I will take the time to go explore all of the little treasure chests, although normally I would just skip them because they don't really have anything worth anything. Of course, the green snacks are going to be annoying here. Because we have our nukes and all that, everything's pretty easy, so we're just having a kind of relaxing playthrough. But, you know, it's all good. Maybe we'll run into something dangerous down here. You never know what the randomizer is going to throw at you, so we could run into a really overpowered enemy somewhere. It's just, the nuke spell is so strong, you know. For this chest, if you stand on the square, you fight an Earth Elemental. They're pretty tough. Did 84 damage to my poor Black Mage. They could probably do a lot more than that, honestly. So, I haven't really used any healing magic this entire game, have I? As like, I've only ever healed with potions and stuff because we're so overpowered. Yeah, even Ice 2 spell is pretty good against snakes. I mean, if you were a snack, I don't think... You just want to do booping and bopping, right? Look, I'm not on top of the memes, but I recognize that there's lots of snack memes. Anyway, we're checking these treasure rooms just for fun. Playing on super speed just to save some time. 100 damage to my red mage. Nah, no one has really great armor anyway. Well, great. I guess, say that. For this point in the game, everyone has ridiculously good armor, so never mind. I haven't bought any magic for the knight yet, our promoted fighter. So he will learn some white magic soon. Thanks to his promotion. We have any fire? We have fire 3. Oh, you know what we also have? We have a staff that casts fire magic. I could buy 4 of those, or 3 more of them anyway, and then we could just, any undead groups, we could just 4 times cast, quad cast fire 2 is pretty good. If I remember correctly, there's an Earth Elemental here as well. I'm fighting them just for fun, to show you where all the bad spots are. My natural Final Fantasy 1 dungeoning just avoids the majority of the tough fights, but... Oh man, I love this song. The Ocean Shrine soundtrack, or song, is just so beautiful. I mean, I will say, Final Fantasy 1 is probably still my favorite game, so... I think, are bulls weak to fire? I don't know, probably not. Probably not. They didn't take much damage. Alright, floor 2. There's, oh boy, that's a lot of gargoyles. I think there's yeah, 1 treasure room down here. It's weird because I normally skip all of these, so... Throwing me a little bit out of my comfort zone here, trying to, fully explore these dungeons. More Earth Elemental auto battles. Just gotta keep an eye on the HP if we're fighting those too much. Oh boy, some cloth. Are we strong enough to fight ogres with our swords? Not even. This is the anti-physical party. I mean, I brought a lot of mages, so this is what you'd expect, but, what we get. Alright. You know what? I don't even think it's worth the spell slot. I'd rather keep the life spell, the level 2 slot for life, than use Cure 2 to heal a little bit more than a healing potion. At least we got level up. It's been a while. And I'm pretty fast with heal potions. I mean, I've done this for a while. So, it probably takes less time to heal, for me anyway, to heal with healing potions than it does to heal with magic. Just from practice. Oh, man. The encounter rate. This is why you end up running. Alright, so that's the only treasure room on this floor? No, there's 2. A giant sword, yeah. Didn't I pick up... Let's just throw this stuff on the ground to make room for more important stuff. The cloth armor is not very valuable. Alright. I guess, you know, this is probably the biggest dungeon we've done so far for this Let's Play. So trying to hold on to your spell slots is not a bad plan. I want to preserve the nuke spell for dangerous encounters, not encounters that I'm too lazy to fight normally. Like, this is not a hard fight. Ogres are not very dangerous. It's just, it takes longer if you have to do it melee, right? A tent. Sweet. Alright, so this is images, but I guess they're eye mages today. And they seem to be pretty weak to sun swords. It's possible that thanks to the randomizer, sun swords are now doing some sort of anti-undead damage, and it's actually working effectively. That's one of the things they... Opal Shields is just as good as the Aegis Shield, but no status protection, only lightning protection. But yeah, the... what am I saying? In the original game, there was meant to be a whole set of enemy types with disadvantages to specific weapons. So, Georges... Again, how did I not notice that? Ogres would count... I think they actually regenerate, or they're supposed to regenerate. They're like troll, giant type enemies. So anything... There'd be certain weapons that would do extra damage against that class of enemy. Undead being one class. Aquatic. What else is there? Draconic. There's probably a fair number. I forget all the details. The point is, it didn't work. So even if you had a weapon that was supposed to do bonus damage against that enemy type, it didn't work. So you never actually saw the effect of it in-game. I wouldn't be surprised if that's one of the things the randomizer fixed. So I might not be super familiar with them because it didn't work in the base game. But if it works now, I'll try to pick it up as I go, kind of thing. Oh, a silver hammer. There you go. Finally an upgrade for our white mage. Those two aren't getting very good weapons. Usually, I can buy a cat claw. I just forgot about it. There's some weapon shops that I need to go back to now that I've got lots of money. Anyway, vampire. So maybe weak to sun sword? What do you think? Probably weak to fire unless I'm totally slow. I mean, obviously weak to nuke. Let's go all out. Here we go. Big damage. 371's not bad. I've seen better, but that's okay. Hey, a ribbon! So usually you get the ruby here. Well, there's only one person I ever give the ribbon to, and it's the white mage, every time. So the white mage is now resistant to all statuses, all status inflictions, except maybe instant death, because she doesn't have the protect cape, or the protect ring, which sucks. The ribbon also gives her protection from elements, kind of like the dragon armor, except definitely all elements. So it's pretty overpowered in Final Fantasy 1. Usually you can get 3, but the randomizer may not allow that. And the fighter with the hero, or not the hero shield, the fighter with the Aegis shield and the dragon armor doesn't really need the ribbon, not as much as the rest of the mages would, so 3 ribbons would be great. And luckily, I do have the right item to get through here. I would imagine with the randomization, sometimes you might not get the rod for quite a while, and you might actually not be able to do the Lich fight for, it might take a little while to get through here. But we got the rod pretty early, so we're in good shape. Alright, so now we're into the second half. There's only a couple floors left. Fire 2 staff is actually a pretty good choice for these kinds of groups. It'll do bonus damage to most of the zombie Geist type enemies. And this way I don't have to use a spell slot for it. The mage staff usually you get a little bit later in the game that does the same thing. And it's pretty much always a good item. Like, the spell casting items have always been pretty highly valued in the Final Fantasy 1, in my opinion. Oh, I should have split up the attacks. Getting lazy. I'm sorry, guys. It's just too easy to just hold the button down and just auto-attack. They didn't add carryover targeting till Final Fantasy 3 on the NES. Sphinxes. I would expect they have a status attack of some sort. But he didn't try. Oh good, another katana. Just what I really wanted. Oh, it's that spot. This is a spot I probably normally avoid, but this square specifically has wizard ogres. So in one hand, if you want to get a bunch of experience quickly, you can do that fight over and over again, but we're definitely not doing stuff like that for this Let's Play. We're already so strong. If you need to do grinding at this point, I don't know. I feel sorry for you. If you're playing along with this seed, I hope you've been enjoying, because this has been kind of silly. Now we're getting close enough to the end of the dungeon that I don't mind blowing a few more nukes just to speed things up. The enemies get a little bit stronger towards the bottom of the Earth Cave. The encounter rate gets ridiculous. I like all the bats down here. That's one thing, you know, in a lot of future RPGs, they didn't add often as many, like, just peripheral, not real enemy. Like, not enemies. They have no effect. They just sort of get in your way a little bit. You can talk to them, technically. Like, I feel like that's something that a lot of, like, not just other JRPGs, but even other Final Fantasy games, they didn't really stick with that. Like, they didn't give... The large dagger is probably worse than the power staff, but I don't care enough to check. But yeah, I feel like that's like one of those little touches that they got right from Final Fantasy 1. And it just adds a little bit of atmosphere that isn't always in a lot of games for some reason. Just little things like that moving around in the background to keep the dungeons sort of alive. Alright, final floor. There's no treasure on this level. There's a couple rare enemy groups if you're lucky, if you really want to see some rare monster formations, but we didn't get any of them. So all we gotta do is heal up to max just in case things go terrible, even though I would not count on that happening. We probably could have just spammed some Cure 4, but instead we went with healing potions because they're cheap and we can buy them 10 at a time now. Alright, what do we get behind the red orb? The fiend's ball cracks open, an ominous cloud rises, and an evil shape congeals. It is Lich, the fiend of Earth. Alright, we should probably put the boss music on for this. 1 second. Where is it? Just a second. Boss Battle B. Wrong one. Boss Battle A. Alright, let's do it. Alright, so we're gonna fight it out, and we're gonna nuke it. And then we're gonna cast Fade on it. And then we're gonna nuke it. Lich was not prepared for the nuking. 240 damage. Fading. 228, not bad. Good job, White Mage. Alright, well, I guess that's it, huh? The fiends, especially the Lich and Carry, have pathetically low HP. So, I mean, they're difficult if you've never played the game before, but if you know what you're doing, even if you didn't have Nuke, they're not very hard. Alright, so, one orb has been lit, way before the music had a chance to finish and move on to the next sound. So where do we go next? Let's go back to town number 1. And I think there was a cat claw here, right? Or something ridiculous? Something equally ridiculous? Yeah, so let's buy that. So now we can at least give the Black Mage a real weapon. He's not going to be strong, but he'll be stronger. Alright, we sell the Iron Hammer. Sell some of the junk I've been collecting. The Katana is pretty good, but only the ninja can use it, unfortunately. Sell that. Sell that. Like, the Coral Sword, I think, is supposed to do bonus damage to aquatic enemies, if I remember correctly. We could use the axe to cast Stop, but who cares? Stop's a bad spell. Opal Shield, right, we just buy those. Got a few things to sell. Have a spare Opal Shield anyway. I guess I'll hold on to the Quake Armor for now. I will never equip it with the Opal Bracelet nearby, but being able to cast Quake for free, maybe we'll do it once or twice. Not that Slow 2 is very good either, but... Alright, that'll do. Hey, look, it's the right music! Alright, now the fighter, or knight, can now actually learn some level 1 white and magic. So the best for him would be a little bit of... He can't learn healing, of course. Can he learn harm, at least? Normally, he cannot learn harm, so it's kind of weird. Anti-ice, sure. Invisible, yay. I mean, he's learned something. Harm 2 is okay. I was hoping he could learn Heal 2, because that would have been pretty good. We already have Nuke. Let's pick up some other spells while we're here, just, you know. Triple X is instant death. Rub is instant death, but not quite as good, but better than Stun. Actually, no. Stun might be better in the remake, or the randomized. It's hard to say. Is there any spells I'd give the Red Wizard? You know what? Oh, you can't learn the good one anyway. Alright. Let's let the Red Wizard learn how to rub. Nobody look into it. He's got a feather in his hat. He can do what he wants. Alright, let's buy some more heal potions quick. Can't carry any more. Buy a couple cabins. Buy some soft... We actually haven't been hit by a stone attack yet, so I'm still waiting for that to happen. That'll be a fun day. Oh, a different shopping music. Oh, one was the inn, one is the shop. I think. The last one was the shop. This is the inn. Buy some houses. Why not buy 3 houses? It's not like the Vancouver housing market could afford me buying 10 houses at once. There's a joke going on about the Vancouver housing market being impossible to buy a house. I hope I don't have to explain it. Anyway, one town done. We should probably buy all of the white magic for the fighter while I'm all doing it at the same time, basically. So level 2. Cure 2 is probably his best bet. And it wouldn't be bad to have another person with life. That's good. So seeing as he couldn't learn Heal 2, he can learn Heal 1 by fluke. So that's not a terrible arrangement of spells. Burst healing, resurrection only out of combat, and light group healing. Eh. Never bought the 3rd spell for the white mage either. Anti-rub. If we can't... Actually, that could be very valuable now. I'm glad I saved a slot for that. Because we could not buy the protect rings for the whole team, this might be our only way to protect against instant death attacks. So actually, that might turn out to be very valuable. We picked up Ice 2 last time. This stuff is garbage. Level 1 single target elemental spells. I don't think Lock is any good either, but... Should have saved a spot for anti-rub for the red mage. Oh well. Check the shops in case I missed anything here. As we backtrack. Fire 2. You know what? Yeah. It's a bit expensive. But seeing as they gave us the opportunity, I'm just going to set it up so that everyone can fairly easily cast Fire 2 from the inventory, from the item menu, and it's not a ton of damage, but it's not bad. And it's free, so, you know. Still, I'm just double checking if I missed like a protect ring somewhere is what I'm really hoping. You know, maybe somewhere I missed a protect ring. Is there anything that this... A buckler and a silver and a gold ring is as good as my red mage has got. Gold ring. Certainly there's somewhere something else he can equip. I could probably buy him a cap for 1 absorb. Alright, let's go to Elflin, double check their shops. I mean, we did an entire dungeon today. You guys don't mind a little bit of shopping for the end of the episode, hopefully. Giant sword, nobody cares. Anything here? Ice armor. Don't think he can equip... No, we already tried that out. It's the ninja that can equip them, not the red wizard. Unfortunately. Alright, we'll check the magic just to get the final night spell here. He only learns up to level 3 magic. Oh, Cure 4 would be good. Oh, lucky. That was great. Can you learn Fade? Dang it. Can't quite teach him the best white magic spell. Cure 4 is fine. Honestly, the fact that our fighter can learn 3 charges, or I guess 4 charges at max of Cure 4 is really lucky. That's totally good. So don't complain. That's no problem there. We've got 3 people with Cure 4. Ha! Ha! Oh, that's great. So she's got Cure 4, Fade. These other spells really don't matter. Not when you've got the other options at that level. You'll never cast anything else. I went Fire 3 and Fast. Neither of these other ones make any difference, but we'll just fill up. And we've got everything. Okay, so everyone's got all their level 3 magic. Just trying to fill this all up before I forget, basically. So level 4 magic's pretty bad. Confuse is sort of worth it. Well, no, it's not really that. There's nothing else. So if I run out of spell slots, it's probably better to use the staff to cast Fire 2 at that point. Maybe Lock 2 is worth it. It should lower an enemy's evasion, if I understand. And Saber increases the Cat Claw damage if you're getting into that kind of stuff. So we've got Exit, Harm 4, probably? Yeah, Harm 4 plus Exit. Exfer might be worth it. It lowers an enemy's elemental resistance, so if it does work in the randomization, it might be worth picking up. And then we didn't pick up any for the Red Mage because most of that stuff's pretty bad. Unless he can learn Heal 4. Or... Harm 4? That's not bad. It's not bad for him because he has nothing else to do at level 4 slot. And Harm 4 is good against Undead. And usually the Red Mage couldn't learn it. I'll give him X... No, he can't learn Exfer. Darn it. We've got 2 people who can use Exit. Anti-Fire... I'm trying to decide if I'm going to need the anti-element spells. The Fighter doesn't need it. The White Mage doesn't need it. I think the black shirt that the Black Mage has might give him some elemental protection. I forget. But the Red Mage doesn't have any right now. So I guess, all things considered, it's more likely that I would use anti-fire than any of this junk. Well, because the Red Mage is more of a physical powerhouse, comparatively, he can use pretty good weapons. Being able to cast Saber on himself does give him a pretty... Like, it's the strongest physical damage buff other than the fast spell. It gives you quite a lot of attack power. It might work in some alternate universe. Anyway, let's just finish all my town hopping here. Pretty sure we did these ones pretty recently. Nice selection, but not what I need right now. And... yeah, unless someone other than the Fighter can equip this, not that good. Interesting, we can just buy white shirts or black shirts. Oh, I know what I should do, just for fun here. Let's at least equip that, because it's one more absorb. Alright, White Mage. So all we picked up was Heal and Fog, which is funny, because Fog 1 is at the same level as Fog 2. Fear makes enemies run away sometimes. It's not very good. Yeah, this stuff, this level 5 magic's been pretty big letdown. Let's go back to level 6 Magic Town. Oh, there's someone we can talk to here too. Now that we killed the Lich, there's actually something else to do for real. There's an actual reason to come here besides shopping. None of this stuff is worth it, I don't think. Unless you need more gold bracelets. Being able to cast Temper for free is okay. It gives you a small damage buff. Not as good as the Saber spell. And usually it's a level 2 black spell, but it's not that big a deal. We should have life 2. And... Wall is pretty good as well. Pick up Ice 3. That's the only one really valuable of that selection. So for the Red Wizard, let's put Ice 3 in his... Oh, he can't learn Ice 3? Aww! Can he learn Life 2? Because that'd be pretty good. Don't have the money. Yeah. Maybe. Already got it. Alright. Well, we're gonna need some more money to buy more magic. We're kind of blowing through all of our cash. Anyway, after you defeat the Lich, this sage will give us something. So we got the crown. Usually that's where you get the canoe, and you can turn that on or off in the randomizer as well. So since we have the crown, this gives us another sort of side quest to finish up. This is what Astos wanted, if you remember. Usually you fight him way a long time ago. Here, take this hold. It's some kind of item, I guess. Anyway, we got ourselves a boss. Oh no, it's a boss. Actually, Fire 3 is a pretty good spell. Yeah, I don't want him to kill us, so... Do I have Heal 3 anywhere? Yeah. Oh, he's dead. Yeah, I mean, he's a pretty good spellcaster, and if you're doing a Thief solo run, good friggin' luck. So I bet you the hold weapon is actually the defense sword. So it would be a weapon for the fighter that's possibly better than the Sun Sword. 5194. More hit percent, slightly less damage. I think at 99% we get a 4th attack. So it's technically better for a couple more level ups. And then we should switch back to the Sun Blade for slightly more damage per hit. But I'm not terribly worried about it because we'll probably get the Excalibur in 5 seconds. My luck. Alright, so with that done, what are we missing? We have yet to actually wake the elf up, right? He's still sleeping. Yeah. So we haven't done that quest yet. We did Matoya's quest, we did the pirates, we did Astos, we did the Marsh Cave, the Earth Cave, talked to Sarda. So the next one would be either Gurugu Volcano or the Ice Cave. We'll probably try to do both of those next episode, I think. I just want to get rid of this tent out of my inventory. Why do I have this tent here? There we go. So I don't really have enough money for anything else. I'm just going to double check. We could go here, but we don't know how to, like, so this is the town we haven't been to yet, Leafian, and they speak a different language, and we haven't learned it yet, so there's not really anything we can do there. I'm just gonna check this town just for planning, more than anything. Right, we'll probably buy Fire too, just so we've got an option for those slots. It's at that point, it's not like it's going to be a good spell, but at some point we'll have level 7 spell slots. We may as well have something that we can use them for. I was really hoping there'd be a Protect Ring here, because this was my last shop to check. My last armor shop. Dang. It's too bad. Yeah, none of this is going to help. Well, that's a darn shame. No Protect Ring for this gameplay. Definitely, we got lots of really good luck early on with a lot of good spells and armor, but having no instant death protection late game is going to be actually a pretty huge handicap. Those spells aren't terribly good, unless we need anti-lightning to protect from lightning spells. 65,535. They hit the integer limit for spell cost on the Ruse spell. And yeah, we'll probably pick up Lightning 3 in the level 8 magic slot, because at least it's better than nothing. Alright, well, that's pretty much it for today. Yeah, I'll end the episode here. Next episode, I will try to knock out the volcano and the ice cave. Fire and ice next time. Alright, folks. Thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed, and see you next time.